us compared. I mean, still 6 points, but still big drop from the first quarter.
5:27 to play here in the first half. It's 38-10, Barren County. And calling for Palmy to basketball was Wibbles. So unforced turnover gives it back to the Trojanettes.
They just don't look like they have anybody that's really comfortable handling the basketball who you would label their solid point guard.
Right. We've got Mallory Pettigo on the floor, Elizabeth Bertram, Jalynn Bush, Bailey Pettigo, and Eve Jackson. Here's Bertram, left of the throws it back over the right side. Three-pointer in the air. Mallory Pettigo, no good. Taken by Stiles for Thomas Nelson. Lobs it up court and on the baseline, falling down, trying to keep the dribble alive. They do. Fritz, and then they try to save it in bounds. Bad pass. Bailey Pettigo angles off left, fires it off to Bertram. Back to Bailey Pettigo, and she's fouled going up. Foul is on 12. That's Wibbles. It will be 10 fouls on the Lady Generals here in the first half. Bailey Pettigo at the charity stripe. 10 points already. First one, no good.
Struggling a little bit from the free throw line.
We are 1 of 5 here in the second quarter after going 8 for 8 in the first quarter.
We're getting plenty of break opportunities, transition opportunities. The problem for us is we need them to be challenged just to work on it. Most of them are wide open.
Second shot's good. So Bailey Pettigo with their 11th point now, and it's 39-10. 4:50 left to go, first half. They baseballed it up court. Pass picked off by Jalynn Bush. Carly Delk back in the court. Fires a long pass down to Bailey Pettigo. Dribbles across the lane. Hooks it back off to Mallory Pettigo. In the corner, Bertram fakes a three. Baseline jump shot is no good. Delk with the offensive board. Kicks it back to Bush. Out to Mallory Pettigo. Now here's Bertram taking it to the rack, and she lays it in.
Good move. They've got a huge gap in their zone. They're playing a 3-2 right now, but the whole middle is wide open.
Cross-court pass is going to be picked up. Bobbled it there for a moment. Should have been a double dribble on there. Yeah. Shot out of the corner, an air ball, and Jalynn Bush has it. Gives it off to Bailey Pettigo. 41-10, Barren County. Bertram in the left corner. Sends it to Bush. Now over to Mallory Pettigo to set up. 4 minutes left to go in the first half. 31-point lead for Barren County. And here's Bailey Pettigo wanting to drive to the basket. Puts it up. It is no good.
Didn't have an angle to use the backboard.
And ball knocked away, but then we got a layup on the other end. It was good for Fritz.
Poor job by us getting back, but we're up and down so much, I think we're kind of worn ourselves out.
Bailey Pettigo in traffic, flips up the shot. It's blocked. Lady Generals coming back the other way as they work it up court. Ryder on the right side. Now Ryder leaves it in the corner. So they work it out to Hellard. And now Fritz handles the basketball out top. Bounced it back over to Hellard. Hellard, bounce pass down low. That is Stiles. She'll dribble it back out. Baseballs it across. Picked off by Mallory Pettigo. Mallory Pettigo all the way to the basket. Lays it up and in.
Fritz just ran right past her. Didn't even challenge her. She's not in foul trouble. I'm not sure why she did it, but kind of give up on the play. And just a dominating first half. 31-point lead. We still got 3 minutes to play in the half.
43-12 the score in favor of the Trojanettes.
We probably need this timeout more than they do just to kind of get us a break. Right. Even though it's a 30-second timeout, we can still catch our breath a little bit. It's good for us to, at least conditioning-wise, run up and down the floor. You would like for us to have a little bit more of a challenge defensively and offensively, honestly.
The second quarter is sponsored by A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, reminding everyone, please don't text and drive as we take a Coca-Cola timeout. 3:06 left to go. Here in the seconds, 43-12. Barren led 31-8 at the end of the first quarter. He's outscored Thomas Nelson 12-4 here in the second period.
For a Monday night, there's a lot of games.
Yeah,
but we're kind of in the same situation when we play at Caverna. We're 30 minutes ahead of everybody else, even though here it's Eastern time. It's almost 7 o'clock here. I guess it is 7 o'clock here.
It is 7 o'clock, yep. 6 o'clock in Barren County. Lady Generals with a basketball. Wibbles giving it off out there to Stiles. Stiles crossover move against Delk. And what do we got? A foul?
Call a foul.
Eve Jackson. Her second. It'll be number 4. The Trojanettes here in the first half.
Not really a foul maybe, but when you're up by this much, not a whole lot to complain about. And they're going to be a little lenient towards the other team, and you see it here with them giving them free throws. She wasn't in the act of shooting at all.
No, I didn't think it was supposed to be shooting free throws here. The shot goes up, and it's no good. That is Stiles. She's 1 of 5. She hit her first free throw, and now has missed her last 4. I mentioned 35.5% foul shooter. She was voted the number 9 player in the preseason coaches poll in the 5th region. She hits the second one for her 6th point of the game. And it's 43-13. Katie Murphy has it stripped away from her. Fritz driving, runs into Murphy, and it's going to be a block on Katie Murphy.
Held the ball out in front. Didn't protect it, and the defender took it away.
Yeah. Her second, team's 5th. And that's going to put Fritz at the free throw line. She's a lot better free throw shooter than Stiles. She shoots 78.6% from the charity stripe on the year. First one is up, and it's good. 6 points for Fritz. It's 43-14. 2:44 to play, first half. Fritz, second toss, and it's perfect. 7 point for Fritz. It's 43-15 now. Trojanettes by 28. 2:40 to go, first half. Jackson with it on the right side for the Trojanettes. Feed a bad pass. Going to try to feed it back to Bertram. And underneath, here's a layup that's good for Stiles.
Forced the pass, and it was actually the first pass in their fast break as they get a layup and cut into our lead a little bit.
43-17. Lob it into Bertram, and it's knocked loose. And Jackson, her baseline shot, no. And underneath, there's a shot going up by Ennis, and she's fouled. Foul is on 10. That's Josie Ryder. First personal.
We got some of the younger kids in right now. I think we only got one starter in, and that's Elizabeth.
Right. Ennis misses the free throw. Trojanettes have struggled here as Stiles handles the basketball, crossover to the left, dumps it back off behind her to Ryder. Here's a long three by Woodward. It's no good. And battle for the offensive board. And it's bad pass. Ennis ahead up to Bertram. Bertram behind the back dribble, puts it up in air.
Behind the back to her weak hand, the right hand, away from the defender. Back to 30.
47-17. On the other end, here's a shot over the rim by Fritz. Long pass from Murphy down to Jackson. Lays it up. It's good.
I think that's our largest lead now at 32. We headed to 31 a couple of times. Now 32.
Only 3 more, and you get a running clock.
You can get that in the first half.
Yes. Right? Minute 12 to go. 49-17. And working with it. It's stripped out of her hands and out of bounds. Yep, going to give it to the Trojanettes. They say she just lost it. That was Heller. There's a chance now for the Trojanettes. Hit a 3-point shot here. We've only hit one here this first half, but we hit one. That'll send it to a running clock with 1:03 left to go before halftime. Got Emma Hughes in the ball game now. 5'4" sophomore. Jackson with it on the right side. Trying to feed it to Delk. She's got it, then gets tripped and goes to the floor hard, but she's okay.
Carly's had a rough night. She's hit the deck hard a couple of times.
They actually a little bit out there, but her knee just hit the floor.
They actually are playing us man. We don't get to run a man offense very times. We get to see our friend the zone from just about everybody we play.
Carly Delk at the line. 2 shots. First one on the way. Good. Almost a line drive shot there for Carly Delk, her first point. 50-17.
We're 7 points away from our average here in the first half.
Carly Delk, second throw, good. 51-17. Trojanettes.
Stopping a bucket's going to make for a quick second half.
48 seconds to play. Means we get dinner early tonight.
That's right.
Here's a 3 in the air. Good.
Well,
way to jinx that one for sure. Sorry about that. Hope Tingle just checked in and knocked down a 3. Ennis on the other end can't get the shot to drop, but a foul is called against the Lady Generals. Wow.
As soon as you said it, she threw it up and went in.
She just checked in the ball game.
That's right. I would bet she hadn't hit 2 threes all year.
Well, she only averages 1.5 a game. Ennis at the line for 2 shots. 0 for 2 her first trip. This one's good. Nothing but net on that one. 52-20. 33.7 left before the break. And got them both. 53-20. 33-point lead for the Trojans. Trouble getting the ball in. Stolen away by Eve Jackson. And flips it off to Delk. Ahead up to Emma Hughes. And Hughes trying to go in for the layup. She's going to be fouled. And it's on Hellard, her third.
She's got a chance to rectify your jinx.
Hit both of them here. With 8.9 to play in the first half. Emma Hughes for 2 shots. First one on the way. Got it.
So we'll see a lot of this group in the second half. The starters will probably start, play just a few minutes, but this group will get a chance to get a lot of minutes.
Right. 54-20. Emma Hughes, second shot goes up. Got it.
There you go. And this is a normal JV night for a lot of these girls, too. Mondays and Thursdays play a lot of JV, so they're getting a lot of action.
Ball comes into play, and it is Wibbles. Wibbles bringing it down, driving against Murphy. Throws it back out to Tingle. Tingle can't get the shot off. Trojanettes up by 35 here at halftime. It is 55-20 over Thomas Nelson. We'll come back with our halftime report brought to you by Southern States of Glasgow and Horse Cave as we continue our coverage. You're following Barren County Sports on 103.7 Nash Icon. for the start of the second half of this third quarter. Sponsored by A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Reminding everyone, please don't text and drive. Trojanets going back with the original starting five. Mallory Pettigo and Bailey Pettigo, Mackenzie England, Elizabeth Bertram, and Jalynn Bush. Don't forget Friday night in between games, the 2004 Trojanettes will be recognized. They were the region champs, 27-6 record, 15th district champs as well. They went to the state quarterfinals under head coach John Butler. And Piper Lindsay, head coach of the Trojanettes now, is a member of that team. Underneath, here's England, putting it up, it won't go. Rebound comes off to Stiles. Sends it down to Fritz on the left side. Now they got an open look at a three. It's in the air, and it is no good. Bailey Pettigo with the rebound for the Trojanettes. Lead pass up to Bertram, goes underneath and lays it up and missed the layup. Two misses from short range for the Trojanettes here to start the ball game. And they try to work it, and they lose a handle on it. And here's Mallory Pettigo up to Bailey Pettigo. Bailey Pettigo headed toward the rack, throws up the shot, it won't go. Trying to get her on rebound, trying to dig it out of there, but it's going to be a jump ball. And possession arrow to Thomas Nelson.
Not a great start. Was that 3 missed layups for us this half?
Yes.
I know we're up by a running clock.
Yeah.
But you still want to come out. These girls aren't going to get very much time here. I wouldn't give them more than 3 or 4 minutes before I put everybody else in.
And I think that's what happened down at Warren Central Saturday night. First 3 minutes of the second half, and then Coach Lindsay played the reserves the rest of the game. Rest them up for tomorrow night's game. Thomas Nelson with the basketball. They give it down to the corner to Fritz. Fritz circles it out halfway. Throws it back out front now to Wibbles. Over the right side now to Cureton. Going to fire up a three. Air ball. Taken by England. Up court. Here's Bertram racing to the basket. Puts it up. It is good.
I'd almost put a restriction on them or something where they couldn't shoot layups, make them pull it out, and at least run some offense. We've run more offense in practice than we've run in this game.
18 now for Bertram. Working it into the paint. Here's a shot going up too strong, and Bertram with a rebound for the Trojanettes. Elizabeth, left elbow, dumps it off to Bailey Pettigo. Goes up with a shot, rolls it in.
Then again, there's just not a whole lot of restriction there by Thomas Nelson's defense. It's really putting any pressure on us at all.
13 now for Bailey Pettigo, and it's 59-20. 4-0 run by the Trojanettes to start the third quarter. We played just over 2 minutes of the third. Thomas Nelson with the basketball. As they give it off to Wibbles. Now back out to Stiles. Stiles left of the lane, working, going up against Bailey Pettigo, banked it in.
Good defense. Thought she actually walked, but again, you're going to give them the benefit of the doubt in this situation.
Here's England, throwing it into Bailey Pettigo, taking it right down the lane and puts it up and in.
It was good. We made really good use of the trailer tonight, where we got into positions. The trailer just sneaks right down the middle of the lane. We find them for a diving layup.
And 15 for Bailey Pettigo. Here's a shot blocked by England, taken down by Mallory Pettigo. Mallory Pettigo driving to the hoop, puts it up. It's good.
These officials might not call any fouls this whole half. I thought we definitely fouled down here on this end, but they just let it go and we get a layup.
I think the officials are ready for it to be over. Actually been a little bit of a bump right there too, but they're just letting them play. Here's Bailey Pettigo, a crossover to Bush, and she lays it in.
Perfect. When you get the ball from one end to the other without dribbling, you know you've executed well. Another timeout, Thomas Nelson.
10-2 run by the Trojanettes here in the third quarter to take a 65-22 lead over Thomas Nelson. 4:56 to play here in the third quarter in a running clock.
What a start.
I think we may have a Coca-Cola scoreboard update here.
How about that?
It is LaRue County leading 36-35 over Nelson County with 1:10 left. And I don't know if that's in the first half. I would say it is. And
Warren Central, Allen County. I kind of marked that on the boys' game as the best boys' game maybe tonight because Allen County's had such a good start. Warren Central was rated number 1 in the region, 15-11 at the end of the first quarter.
And Glasgow leads Warren East 11-7 at the end of 1, and just got word that Ansley Atwell for Glasgow went down with a knee injury. And so she is out for the remainder of the game, at least. So,
well, I hope that's nothing for them.
Right. She's a very good basketball
player. She's fun to watch, really athletic, and you don't want to see anybody go down with an injury.
65-22, Trojanettes 4:50 left to go here in the third quarter. And As Tingle with the basketball, knocked down a three-point shot earlier. Hands it off out there to Hellard. Now here's a three by Woodward. It won't go. Crashing the boards, Mallory Pettigo for the Trojanettes. Dribbling with the left hand. Slows things down here and sets things up. She'll send it left side over to Bailey Pettigo. Looking for a cutter. Can't get it to Bertram. Back out it comes to Bush. Right side to Mallory Pettigo. Back out to Bush in between the circles. One dribble, looking. Ooh, it's going to be a dangerous pass. Knocked away and stolen. Going in for the layup. It's good. That was Ryder.
Ryder was actually in bad defensive position. Just kind of got lucky finding her man in the right time.
In the corner, Bertram pulls the trigger. It rims out on her for three.
We are seeing a man again and getting to run some man offense, even though his time with this group is going to be coming to an end.
Ryder with the basketball, left side. Woodward fires a three. It's an air ball. Chasing it down is Wibbles. Here's a shot going back. That was Ryder. Two back-to-back buckets for Ryder. 65-26. And got a foul out front. It's going to be on Ryder. It's three on her, and the first one of the second half. And we're going to get Emma Hughes in the ball game, Carly Delk, Katie Murphy, Eve Jackson, and Raven Ennis at the 3:17 mark of the third quarter. The Trojanettes up by 39. And there's a pass going over to Murphy. Out to Ennis. She'll fire a three. Got it. Good.
Emma's pass was a really good pass. It was actually a pass intended for a layup. Yeah. We just cut, and we weren't looking for the basketball.
Ennis with the People's Bank three-point shot. Makes it 68-26. And it's Tingle with the basketball. Working around the key. Left side, or right side. And there's a bad pass, but chased down by Woodward. And now back out to Tingle. Crossover move to the free throw line. Lobs in the corner. Goes over the head of Wibbles and out of bounds.
The challenge for this group is to keep the lead where it is. And that's not just to show this Thomas Nelson team up. It's just for this team, this group of five, to compete and be on the same level as the first group.
Eve Jackson guarded closely. A lot of hand checking going on out there on that one. Here's Delk, top of the circle. Right side to Murphy. Back to Delk. Goes to the bucket. Puts it up. Missed the shot.
Another good pass. That was the same pass Emma made a while ago. That time Katie made it for a layup.
And Tingle to get rid of it out front to Ryder. Ryder working around the top of the horn. Bounces it off now to Wibbles. Wibbles gives it back to Ryder. Ryder headed across the key. Bounce pass in the corner. Three by Woodward is no good. Long rebound chased down by Eve Jackson. 11 near side. It goes in the middle to Ennis. Ennis in traffic trying to go for the shot. She's fouled.
Woodward and a couple of them are bound and determined to hit a three. They shot, 5 or 6 anyway this quarter.
Tingle, her first personal. That's number 2 of the Lady Generals here in the second half. Raven Ennis, 2 for 4 at the charity stripe. Knocked down a three-point shot a little bit ago. 5 points in the game, make it 6.
I think the clock's supposed to stop on free throws, but I don't think
they're letting it run.
I don't think anybody's going to say anything. It's still running.
69-26 and make it 70-26.
The ball goes for the first free throw or after the foul's whistled in. One of the two is when you're supposed to stop it.
Yeah, they didn't stop it. 70-26 coming down on a minute to play here in the third quarter. In traffic, here's a shot off the window. Good for Heller. Her first 2 points tonight. And mishandled pass, but Tingle stepped down the end line to try to put it back in bounds, and the Trojanettes will keep it underneath their hoop.
Be a true 8-minute quarter. They haven't stopped it, I don't think, at all.
Murphy trying to toss it in. It comes out to Jackson for a three. Comes off. Rebound to Tingle. Knocked loose. Murphy reaches in and ties it up. Trojanettes will get it. And they've stopped the clock on the jump ball. Now they've started back.
They just don't know when to and when not to, which is okay.
Apparently they've not had too many running clocks here. 20 seconds to go. Underneath is Ennis, and she gets a little shove by Tingle underneath the bucket. It'll be her second, number 3 of the Lady Generals.
Be lucky to get this one in.
Yeah. And Ennis gets it in play to Jackson. Inside, Delk puts it up. It is no good. And that will do it for the third quarter. After 3, Barren County 70 and Thomas Nelson 28. We'll come back with the fourth and final quarter in a moment. You're following Barren County Sports on 103.7 Nash Icon. Brought to you by Southern States of Glasgow and Horse Cave, along with Robert Bauer, Sarah K. Pettigo, stat person, Jay Turner here at Thomas Nelson High School in Barnstown. 70-28, Trojanettes on top. Lady Generals with a basketball. They got some new players in the ball game. We'll try to pick them up for you. And it's number 22, Abby Hayen, a 5'6", 8th grader in the game for Thomas Nelson. Ball gets batted away, but retrieved by Woodward. They give it back out now, and there's a bad pass, and Hughes has it for the Trojanettes. Hughes pushing it strong to the bucket, and had it swiped away and out of bounds.
And give it to
they say went off her hip, I guess.
Yeah.
Fed a running clock the entire second half here. Barren County outscored the Lady Generals 15-8 in that third period.
15 points with a running clock is pretty impressive.
Lady Generals with the ball. We played about a minute in the fourth quarter. 3 ball in the air. Good. Knocking that one down was Carol Hellard. 70-31. Here's Ennis. Goes inside. Has a shot blocked. Got it back, though. Throws it back out to Hughes on the right side. Top of the keys, Murphy. And she'll reset the offense here for the Trojanettes. Got Liberty Rice in the ball game now. Hughes, right corner. We'll give it back out to Ennis. Now Ennis, top of the key, sends it back over the right, now to Hughes. Down low is Delk, posted up, puts up the shot block. And coming out of there with it, Ryder for Thomas Nelson. Gets rid of it off to Hellard. Hellard, bounce pass off the left side. Here's a 3 ball, it's good. Fritz knocking down the tray. That's their 4th 3-point shot, and back-to-back threes here in the fourth quarter.
Pretty much all they've shot is threes.
Katie Murphy lost the handle and it goes out of bounds as she drove into the lane.
I think somebody got a hand on it, which caused her to lose control and never could get it back. But we've done a really good job on Fritz tonight. Fritz averages 17, almost 18 a game, and she had 3 in the first quarter, only 7 at halftime. That's her first bucket of the second half.
70-33, Barren County, 5:48 to play here in the basketball game. And number 22, that's Abby Hayen. They've got away with a walk there. She did. There's a 3 ball, no good. Ball pops out, goes into the bench of Thomas Nelson, and they're going to give it to Barren County. Like Thomas Nelson disagreed with that call. We couldn't tell from up here, from high above courtside. Delk grabs a basketball, gives it off to Rice. Rice will get it across the midcourt stripe. Stops and fires it off to Delk, left side, behind the arc. And now working down the lane, Murphy, and somebody reached in and fouled her. On Ryder, her 4th. It's number 4 out of the Lady Generals. Eve Jackson checking back into the Trojanet lineup. She'll come in for Katie Murphy. 4:52 in the clock running here in the fourth, with Barren County up 70-33. Rice to toss it in, lobs it in there to Ennis. Fires it over to Hughes for a 3-point shot that won't go. Rice on the backside missed the shot, had it blocked on her. And now Ennis fires it off to Delk. She puts it up and in to the right side.
Good cross-court pass to the block.
45, Delk.
72-33. Three-point try for Woodward is no good. Offensive rebound blocked in there by Jackson, taken by Ennis. She has it knocked loose and stolen, and it goes underneath. There's a shot put up and in by Hillard.
Put it right down in traffic, and they batted it away and got a layup.
72-35. Ennis gets it across behind the back dribble, heads down the middle of the lane, dishes it off to Delk, goes up, it's blocked. And now Lady Generals coming back out of there with it. Here's a steal by Rice. As she intercepted the pass, Jackson throws it up from 12. Too strong against the glass, puts it back up, no good. And ball's loose, but picked back up by Ryder. Ryder racing down the left side, collides with Hughes. That should be an offensive foul, but I don't believe it's going to be.
No.
Maybe the first call I disagree with tonight.
Just because there was so much traffic and it looked a little awkward, he couldn't see that she was in good position and took some contact square in the chest.
Lady Generals with the basketball, comes out in the corner to Head. Now driving with it is Fritz, and we're going to get another foul here.
Good defense. Of all the stuff they haven't called, to call that.
Well, they've stopped the clock, and it's not supposed to stop.
As you said a while ago, they just don't understand what they are not supposed to do.
Comes out to Head. Now they give it in there to Ryder. And it's picked up by Delk. Gets rid of it off to Liberty Rice. Sends it down to Jackson. Fakes, goes baseline, flips up the shot over the rim. And Ennis had it for a moment, had it ripped away from her. Here come the Lady Generals with a crossover dribble. Fritz gets bumped. Here's a shot going up, no good. Rebound put back up, no good. Battle for the rebound, whistle. We're going to get a foul. And it's on Eve Jackson. 3. And that will be 3 team fouls on the Trojanettes here in the second half. They've stopped the clock again, 2:46.
Going to shoot this time, though, so maybe that is what they're supposed to do.
Well, they're supposed to, but they didn't do it for a while.
Right.
Maybe they're trying to make up some time there. Free throw goes up, and it is no good.
They've got one of those, if you call it fancier scoreboards, where you can see the players in the game, their point totals, and their fouls, but they don't have it on tonight.
That is Jada Nethmith at the line. And the second shot is missed as well. And Emma Hughes comes out of there with it for the Trojanettes, gives to Liberty Rice. Rice back over to Hughes straight away. Ennis fakes, drives, goes to the bucket, puts it up and in. Nice move for the basket.
Absolutely.
Raven Ennis.
Raven handled the ball in open floor a while ago, made a nice move behind the back, and made an assist, or attempted assist. We just couldn't convert it. So I think the games like this are good for this group. And what I mean, they've got to get in. They've got to be put in situations where they learn. Just can't do that playing JV games only. We've got to be put in a different situation in front of a crowd. See how you respond. So that's good. They played, what, 3/4 of this half?
Right.
I think everybody that scored, that has played, has scored except Murphy and Liberty Rice so far. So got 2.5 minutes to get them in the scoring column.
74-35, Trojanettes. Lady Generals, Fritz over the right side to Woodward, or Tingle that is. Here's a 3-point shot short. Underneath, put back up, no. Ball batted around, and Hughes trying to clear it out of there. Gives to Rice. There's a reach-in foul, going to be on Tingle. Her third, team's 5th.
Thomas Nelson, number 13, Hope Tingle, her third, team 5th. In the game, Thomas Nelson, number 33, May.
Number 33 in the ball game for Thomas Nelson. I do not have a 33 on this roster.
Look that up. I think they said Winton.
Rice back over to Hughes on the left side. Comes out to Ennis. Crossover dribble. Back over to Hughes on the left. Bounces down low. In there to Delk. Throws up off the window. It's in there.
A right-handed half hook. We'll get a timeout to get a new group of kids in for us.
Going to get Addison London in the ball game. And let's see who else came in. Olivia Stice.
Stice, 21.
21 is Michaela Smith.
And
did I miss anybody?
That's it, I think.
Okay.
Murphy came back.
Murphy's back in. Rice is still on the floor. Minute 25 left here in the game. It's 76-35. Barren County. Working with it over the right side. They give it to Emma Ryder. Drives, goes up, and a foul. Foul will be on Stice. Her first, team's fourth. And at the line is Emma Ryder. She's a freshman. Shot goes up and it's good. It's her first point of the game. 76-36. Emma Ryder. That one misses everything. So the Trojanettes will get the ball with 1:15 remaining. So it comes in to Murphy. Murphy pushes it across the timeline. Bounce pass underneath. It's going to be broken up in there and out of bounds. Went off of Smith.
Perfect pass. Two-handed bounce pass right there at the stripe, and would have been a layup if we caught it.
55 seconds to play. Got Brooklyn Marksberry, number 30 in the ball game. Ball gets loose, and they throw it up court to Rice. Rice angles off right, gets into the lane, puts up the shot. It's no good. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it stays with the Trojanettes with 40 seconds of the clock running here in the fourth.
Have one more possession. That'll be about it, up 40.
Rice will toss it in. And a bad pass. They just jump in there and take it away. Rice is going to be called for the foul. 21.2 left. 15th foul.
All's done with the final score here.
Yep. Tingle will toss it in for the Lady Generals. Comes into Marksberry, gives it back to Tingle. Tingle heads to the top of the key, reverses back, dribbles to the right, gives it off to Ryder. Ryder trying to go baseline. Nope, got it blocked on her, and Smith comes up with it, throw it away. Shot going up, blocked by Smith. And they give it off to Rice. That's going to do it right there. Time's going to run out. And the Trojanettes win by 40 points tonight. Here on the road in Bardstown against Nelson County. 76-36 your final score as the Trojanettes go to 13-2 on the year. And Thomas Nelson falls to 6-8. We'll come back with the CPC Commodities postgame report in a moment as you're following Barren County Sports on 103.7 Nash Icon.